Well, one positive from this match for Pakistan is surely the way Shaheen Shah Afridi bowled for them. Perhaps when you talk about the new ball bowlers within the circuit, he is right up there, Baz. And I mean, you look at the way he's performed for Pakistan, and he's a bowler across all formats for Pakistan, and he's been doing the job for a while now. And the way he bowled today in particular was just indicative of what he means to the team.
It was surprising that he didn't bowl with a new ball the day before, which was completely unheard of. But once he gets the ball tailing back into the right-hander, you know that he's in business. And this was, I think, his second over, which went for a maiden the length that he was hitting. It was almost, hindsight is 2020, but you could almost say that he would have been, should have been given another over after that wicket maiden. You didn't have a lot of runs to play with, but you, at the back of the mind, you thought that spinners would do the job. But yes, you thinking wicket maiden, you change him after that.
Should he, do you think, Dooley, should he have been brought back or slightly earlier, considering the target that they had?
Yeah, a lot earlier. You've got to use your resources. You've got to use your best resources. In shortened games, when you've got 144 on the board, if you've got your best bowler has only bowled 3 overs and he's coming back to bowl his 3rd over when the game's pretty much done and dusted, it's too late. So I thought Bubba missed a trick at the back end of that match tonight. Maybe about the 9th, 10th over, he just had to come back in and break that partnership. He's got ability to take wickets with the old ball. He should have been used.
Well, Usman Khader was brilliant in that previous match, but it was pretty clear that South Africa, came with a plan against him, and that's what we saw. Even their captain, Klaasen, was talking about it in the post-match interview that he gave, that there was a clear plan to attack him.
Yeah, there was, and what happened was it just put Usman Khader under a little bit of pressure. Now the ball's a little bit damp, so you expect that every now and then there will be a full toss or two, but they took to him. Anything that was up, they were swinging through the line. A couple of really good sixes. That flat 6 was probably one of the shots of the night. I think Baz said that in commentary. It was the shot of the night, but it put him off his game a little bit, and that was the one thing. When you put a bowler under pressure after having such a good game, I think there was a great bounce back and a really good option from South Africa to target him, and so we're going to try and take him down.
Yeah, it's always going to be that factor where Usman Khader, they couldn't read him at all in the first game. But once they've sort of put pressure on him, once they've got 20 or 23 in 2 overs, that was game, set and match.
Maybe that's the way to be dealing with him. When you can't read him, perhaps just, perhaps go after him. But on that note, we'll be taking another breather and be back just in a bit, so don't go anywhere. Well, many congratulations to South Africa. They were clinical today. A wonderful knock by Reza Hendricks, and it all sets up for the last and the final T20. Baz, now that we've seen South Africa has made a comeback, Pakistan has stuck with the same team so far. Do you think there'll be a couple of changes expected in the next one?
Well, I don't know if there will be, but I sure want a couple of changes. You've seen the likes of Khushdil Shah. Maybe you look at Asif Ali again. Asif Ali, he's been given a run, but he's never really been a consistent run or a run where he's been able to express himself. He is a power hitter and he's got that 360 game. Another name that pops up is Danish Aziz. Do you test him out? He's done very well in domestic cricket. He's known as a finisher. He's come leaps and bounds this past year and a half or so. Do you put him in instead of Hussain Talat maybe? And then you look at fast bowling. Maybe Haris Rauf needs a rest and Hassan Ali comes back in. Hassan Ali is in fantastic form, and white ball cricket, he's one of the bowlers who wins you games.
Make changes now. Yeah, just make changes. I mean, get the young fella a chance. I mean, Danish Aziz, he's had a great domestic 2020 tournament. Give him an opportunity. I mean, you've seen nothing from Khushdil Shah. To me, he's one-dimensional. He's a leg side player and he becomes quite a predictable player, so probably a lot easier to bowl to and a lot easier to set targets up for. So, yeah, lose him, lose Hassan Talat, and maybe just make those changes now. It's a must-win game, I understand that, but just give those guys an opportunity. You want to find out whether they're good under pressure. This year, I've said it many times, is all about building to that World Cup. Find out whether they're good enough in a pressure situation, in a game situation against a decent side when it's 1-1.
What about Zahid Mahmood? You know, he's also in the squad, one of the options. Again, one of the domestic performers. And you've got Usman Qadir, but of course, a different kind of spinner.
Now, look, I'm all for two leg spinners, but the problem is, I go back to his favourite subject, dew. Now, if you put a young bowler in who's, well, not a young in terms of international cricket, he's worked his way, he's worked 10 years to this crescendo. And you give him a situation where the ball's wet and the leg spinner comes on, nerves and all that, it might just go pear-shaped, and we know Pakistan is very quick.
Surely Bubba's due to win a toss. Come on.
Correct.
Maybe and he might not have to bowl with a wet ball.
So if they win the toss, then they can induct him in.
Haris Rauf as well.
I like it. See, I like that though. I like when you go away. This is another thing I'd like to change in cricket. So the team playing at home, they select 12 players. The away team name their 11, but they get to choose what to do. So we do away with the toss at international cricket.
Cool.
So the away team chooses whatever they want to do, whether they want to bat or bowl, but they have named their 11, and the home team has got 12, and then once the opposition says, well, we'll bat, they then choose their 11, and we go. We don't even do the toss.
He needs to be in the law-making regulation
so this is
body.
going to happen tomorrow, and you'll get your wish. Zahid will play because of all this.
Well, surely, I mean, let's see what happens. Of course, you know, there's a lot of players that Pakistan can sort of change. What about South Africa? I mean, they've won today. Any changes expected for them, or stick to the winning side?
Yeah, I think stick to that winning side now. I don't see too many reasons to make a change for South Africa. They made 3 changes, which was a big call after losing a game, but they left 3 players out who I think probably deserved to be left out, brought guys in who did relatively well with limited opportunity, so I don't think they change anything. I think they go into tomorrow with a very similar side.
Well, it's been a fantastic series overall. We saw the Test series, and now we're into the T20s, and it's the grand finale tomorrow. It's all set up wonderfully because the series is at 1-all. First T20, Pakistan winning by 3 runs. South Africa then followed it up with a thrilling performance by winning by 6 wickets. And the final T20 is going to be tomorrow at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. It's a wonderful evening, but it's also time to go home. We've had a cracker of a series overall, and we're expecting a cracker tomorrow as well. So for now, it's goodbye from here.